appears to me to also be the most likely racket. I am sure even Anu Peshwaria, who is...
I'm very sorry, but I have to interrupt here because this is not a racket. The
well, it must be a racket
committed in the United States.
It must be a racket involving American officials.
Are quite real.
No, American officials must be part of this racket. Otherwise, why was the family flown in?
It is absolutely not a racket. In fact, the community here who
you don't like
workers
family being
is
flown
absolutely
in.
rejoicing that the U.S. government has finally decided to prosecute.
No, please, Martina, with respect to, I fear that there is a massive, elaborate and fairly corrupt racket, nexus, web, whatever you call it, between activists, lawyers, bureaucrats, members of the system out there to encourage this kind of illegal immigration into the United States. How can you rule out the possibility of corruption in your system?
I absolutely cannot. I absolutely cannot agree with you. We have a database of every single case ever filed by victims.
But then if that is the case,
of those cases, more than 20 are filed by people who've been victimized by diplomats.
Martina, if I was an American, appalled at what America is doing, I too, like you, would want to believe that my country could not go so horribly wrong. Unfortunately, in this case, I have the facts with me. And by the way, Aryaman wants to respond, but here's a fact, and let's get the father of Devyani into this. Mr. Khobragade, can you hear me? Mr. Khobragade, Martina Vandenberg says there can be no racket in America. But I'd like to ask you, is it true or not that Sangeeta had sat across a negotiating table with your daughter Devyani? Is it true or not that she made 3 demands after going missing when she surfaced? Yes. She said, I want $10,000 in cash, 1. B, I want a new Indian passport, right? Not the diplomatic passport which was revoked after she absconded. And is it true or not? You can tell Martina that. Is it true or not she told the Indian embassy officials, you help me get a green card?
Yes.
There you are, Martina.
We were even fined to give $10,000.
The reality here is that when there are cases of underpayment of wages, the U.S. government files a case to get restitution.
This is not, one second.
So the money has to be paid
Martina,
back if there
this is not U.S. government. This is a lady who comes across with a lawyer and indulges in open blackmail of her employer after going missing. I don't know why you're missing the woods for the trees.
That is not blackmail. That is not blackmail.
What do the Americans call it? Negotiation.
We engage in settlement negotiations all the time.
Oh yes.
And oftentimes when settlement negotiations,
Mr. Chari Aryaman, you see,
we file lawsuits.
Martina, you're tying yourself up in knots, but both the politician and the lawyer here from Chennai and Delhi want to counter you. Yes, we'll go to the politician first, Seshadri Chari.
I tell you, this is pure and simple. In simple English, this is blackmail.
Blackmail.
And you have included a number of persons, but left out one very small, very important element in this. There could be some officers in the US visa department who are also involved in this.
Possible.
And don't forget that if we go by the press reports, if we go by the press reports, this Ms. Richards' father probably was working in the US embassy in Delhi.
Was he?
They already had an employee in Delhi.
Yes.
This family was well connected with the US visa procedures.
Well, this is then,
So if you check out on all these, all these records, this issue becomes even more serious. And the most important element in this is the trafficking issue. In this case, it is the US officials who have given visa. It is not trafficking. It is absolute legal immigration and illegal immigration allowed by the US embassy.
Right now, what we are going to do,
the US embassy which is in the wrong.
We'll get Uttam Khobragade, Devyani's father, to tell both Martina, Anu in Seattle, Anu, I'm coming to you, and Martina and Ray Locker. Mr. Uttam Khobragade, who's the father of Devyani, will enlighten you about the kind of blackmail that was going on in the precincts of the Indian Embassy office. Within the US Indian Embassy office, a recorded meeting, which the Americans call a settlement, but it's clearly an attempt at blackmail. A fight for justice and a blackmail don't go together. Mr. Khobragade, would you like to tell them what happened?
Yeah, we located this number and that one attorney's office. My daughter went with three council officers. We clearly told, if you don't want to work, you please go back to India. There is a ticket waiting for you. That time she asked, we gave us $10,000 plus normal passport and immigration assistant.
Right.
In fact, we were fine with the $10,000. We clearly told that since immigration assistant we cannot give, because the passport was clearly issued you on the condition that you will come back to India the moment you stop working with us. We can give you $10,000 ticket, please you go back.
What was
her say? I will use her word. एक बार भारत में गए तो यूएस में वापस थोड़े ही आ सकते हैं.
My God. Can I translate that? Can I translate that?
Yeah, that means how? No, I can't go back. I don't want $10,000. If once I go to India, if I once go to India, can I come back to US? I can't come back. So her whole intention was to stay in US, and for that she wanted to blackmail us. When she could not do,
so stay back in US.
We went to the court. As far as payment is concerned, our bona fide was presented to the court how much we have paid. She was given a separate room. She was look after all facility. Every Sunday she will go to the church. Then she will go to beauty parlor. She has a developed friendship with the beauty parlor people. Here, as a part payment, I was paying 30,000 in her account, dot on the first, and to cap it again for their expenses, my daughter used to pay. So much of money we have paid to her, and for human trafficking, she is not a small baby. She is a mother of 2 children who went to the visa officer alone. My daughter did not accompany her to visa officer. She was interviewed by the visa officer who committed the fraud, if at all any. It is the visa officer and the Sangeeta Richard. What is the role of my daughter there? And they handcuffed my daughter, and this is absolutely atrocious and criminal.
You see, there are such lies which have been put out here. Anu, I'm coming to you, Sushant. You know, layer by layer and peel by peel, truth after truth is tumbling out in this case. Now, I really hope that in this case it is not typical American diffidence one is encountered. Because, you know, diffidence is not an answer, is it, Anu, in this case, given the grievous insults which have been thrown, not just at Devyani, but at your own legal system by those who have carried out this, this entire instance on Devyani. Now, Anu, it is also charged by Mr. Pritinder Bharara that this lady Devyani was trying to evade American law. She didn't try to evade American law. She's a diplomat who is there in the United States of America.
She is not a diplomat. She does not have diplomatic immunity. She has consular immunity, which means she has immunity only for her official acts at work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Martina, see, Martina, it's not my point of view versus yours. But, you know, if you want to go on facts, you'll be on the back foot today. Because on 4 different occasions, and I'd like to ask Mr. Uttam Khobra, is it true that on 4 different occasions, the Indian embassy officials and Devyani go pleading with the Americans and the New York Police Department that please do something? Cases were filed. I want to ask you, Mr. Khobragade, why don't you tell Anu Peshwaria tonight, who's going to come next, what action had been taken following the complaints of your daughter?
Yes. We first complained to the New York police. Then we requested the U.S. embassy, U.S. government, that her passport has been invoked. She is without passport, so please get help in catching her and deport to the India. 3 times we did, so much so that when High Court issued the anti-suit injunction, again we requested the U.S. authority their help in serving the anti-suit injunction on the Sangeeta.
Why?
That thing was done.
No. So I want to ask. I want to ask Anu this. Anu, on 5 occasions, it is established that the Indian Ministry of External Affairs communicates officially with the US State Department to track down and hand over Sangeeta Richard. The dates are July 5th, July 30th, September 10th, September 21st, December 5th. They get only 1 reply. There should be 5 replies. There's 1 reply, and that reply pertains not to the claims made against Sangeeta Richard, but the charges that Richards had labeled against Devyani. In other words, your government decided to take sides on this. I'm asking you, why did your government decide to take sides?
In India on domestic help.
Pardon me?
Divide the way India construes domestic help and the way America construes is completely different.
There is no angle of domestic help here. There is no angle. I'm asking you two individuals.
We consider in the United States.
Two human beings.
Consider in the United States that domestic workers are workers and they have rights under U.S. law.
Martina, first of all, Martina, 1 minute. I have issue with you on two things. First, you say, 1 second.
I will continue to say Skype is really bad, so I'm just trying to make a point.
Make your point.
That in America, there are two issues. I'm not saying America and India both have lapsed in certain ways in this respect. There was messages sent to India way back in September, and this has been issue simmering for a long time. That's what I said last time.
No, but why did Anu, hear me on this. Anu, take the question. I have just one simple question. Why did the American government not respond to the 4 times that the MEA requested the State Department for assistance? Is it too much to expect a one-line reply? Why was there no reply?
No, they should always reply.
There wasn't.
I cannot speak for the U.S. government, but the reality is that when domestic workers run away, when they run away.
Martina, how can you say, Martina, first, you say you cannot speak for the U.S. government, but you make all kinds of allegations against the Indian government. I have the dates on which the U.S. Embassy in Delhi is requested for help. I have the dates on which writ petitions are sent to the American government. I have the dates on which the MEA has written back to the American authorities. I have the dates on which the NYPD has been appealed to. Now, why don't you respond at all? Is it a crime to respond to the appeals and the cries of an Indian diplomat?
When someone...
Pardon me?
What you are saying, you are saying is that there were efforts to get this woman kicked out of the country, that there were efforts made. What you are saying is that there were efforts made to get her deported.
What I'm saying,
the United States government is not going to deport someone that they consider a victim of a crime.
Martina, what I'm saying,
there has been an investigation going on, and frankly, please let me finish.
Martina, 1 minute. Mr. Chari.
The reality is here.
Martina. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. Martina.
The State Department put diplomats on notice that this type of alleged behavior is absolutely forbidden under U.S. law.
Martina, I have issue with you on several things. First of all, you say there is no racket in America a long time back. What was Nixon? The biggest racket I've known. Anyway, I'm not going into that. The question is that all I'm saying, I'm not saying what you're saying.
I don't see Nixon.
Well, I'm not saying what you're saying. I can go back into American history of slavery and all that. I don't want to get into that. What I'm saying is that the US has throughout appeared determined to prosecute this Indian diplomat without giving any credence to the claims she or the Ministry of External Affairs have made. Why? Why?
The United States has a duty to prosecute when there are violations and allegations of violations of U.S. law. The U.S. State Department just briefed the entire diplomatic corps a month ago, told everyone that this is forbidden.
Martina, responses from Delhi first, Sushant Sareen, and then Ariman Sundaram. Seshadri Chari, coming to you. Sushant Sareen.
Yeah, number one, your guests from America are, talking a lot about the American legal system, but this is that same legal system. Don't use the word blackmail, but they have also given the world the concept of the ambulance chasers. So these guys who are talking about human trafficking and all that are essentially ambulance chasers in one way or another. So I don't take their position very seriously.
We do all of this work
the other
for
thing
free.
is they keep talking about exploit. Madam, let me say what I want to say, okay? You've had your say. Now, these are guys who talk about all these human rights and human values, but they have one of the largest corporations in America by the name of Walmart, and the kind of exploitation which the Walmart does all over the world, have these blinkers because, that's billions of dollars involved.
Great, thanks.
The kind of disingenuity which we are seeing all the time from the Americans and this self-righteous kind of an attitude, I don't think it really washes down our throats. But, at the same time, we must admit that, this kind of American exceptionalism, we have brought it upon our heads because what prevents us from applying our laws just as stringently or even more stringently than what these guys do to us. But when it comes to the Americans, we tend to take this this very soft kind of an approach. We should do this. We should give them the
I think the American guests want to respond.